Ever wished your AI assistant actually knew you? I mean, really knew you. Not just your favorite playlist, but the context of your work, your notes, your actual life. Well, today we're going to move beyond those off-the-shelf tools and explore how you can build something that's truly personal. And believe me, it's a lot more accessible than you might think.
I mean, think about it. The assistants we use every single day, they're fantastic at setting a timer or telling you the weather. But the moment you ask a question that needs real personal context, something like, hey, can you summarize my notes from yesterday's big meeting? They just hit a wall. There's this huge fundamental disconnect.
And here's the reason why. Mainstream AI assistants are basically black boxes. They live up in the cloud, and for really good privacy reasons, they can't just go digging through your local files, your private emails, or that giant folder of PDFs you've been meaning to read. They're completely missing your personal context.
So this really shows the choice that's starting to emerge. On one side, you have the standard walled garden approach. It's powerful for sure, but it's super generic. And on the other side, you have this vision of a truly personal AI, one that runs on your machine, is built by you, and has secure access to your world.
Okay, so how do we actually bridge that gap? How do we get from that generic black box to a custom-built assistant? Well, the answer lies in this really cool framework called OpenClaw. So what exactly is it? To put it simply, OpenClaw is a free, open-source framework written in Python. It's basically a toolkit that gives you all the building blocks you need to create your very own AI assistant. And it's designed from the ground up to be modular and, this is the most important part, local first.
Let's just break down what makes this so powerful. First, it's open source, which means you get full control and you can see exactly how it works. No secrets. It's modular, so you can easily swap out components. It's like changing the engine in a car. You can plug in a different AI brain if you want. Now, local first, this is the big one for privacy. It means your data never, ever has to leave your computer. And finally, it's extensible. This is where the fun starts, because you can teach it new tricks and create custom skills that are totally unique to your workflow.
To really get how it works, it helps to think of your AI like a person. You've got the LLM, the large language model. That's the brain. It's the part that does the thinking and reasoning. Then you have the vector database. Think of this as its long-term memory, but it's super clever. Instead of just storing words, it stores the meaning and the context behind them. This lets it find relevant info even if you don't use the exact keywords. And finally, you have the agents. These are its skills, kind of like its hands. They let the brain actually interact with the world, whether that's searching the web or running a specific piece of code you gave it.
Okay, I know. This all sounds pretty technical, right? But the goal here isn't to get lost in the weeds. Let's take a look at how all these pieces fit together into a simple blueprint that's way more accessible than you might think.
And this right here is the core idea. The real beauty of a framework like this is actually in its simplicity. It completely changes your role. You're not just a passive user anymore. You become the architect of your own intelligent tools. And believe it or not, getting started really just boils down to these 4 main steps. You install it, then you just point it toward your data. You know, that folder of notes, articles, or research papers you have. Then you decide what it can actually do. You give it skills. And this is where the magic happens. I mean, imagine teaching it to automatically scan your emails for receipts and then log them in a spreadsheet for you. How cool is that? Finally, you just launch it and start chatting.
And just like that, you've got an assistant that can do incredible things. You can ask it to pull key insights from a 100-page report, summarize all your meeting transcripts from the last month, or connect ideas from different notes you took years apart. And because it's all running locally, it is all 100% private.
So, this is way more than just a fun weekend project. It really points to a major shift in how we interact with technology. So let's talk for a second about why this truly matters. This chart, it honestly says it all. With the standard assistants you're used to, your level of control is, well, pretty low. With a system like OpenClaw, that control is put almost entirely back in your hands. It's a massive change in who owns and directs your AI.
So what's the big takeaway here? It's that we are moving into an era where you just don't have to settle for a one-size-fits-all solution anymore. The ability to build an AI that is genuinely an extension of your own mind, one that operates securely within your own digital space, that's becoming a reality for everyone.
So all of this leads to one final exciting question. When the tools are this accessible and the only limits are your own data and your own imagination, when it's your data, your rules, the question is no longer if you can build a personal AI. The question is, what will you build first?